Vitamin D deficiency is associated with increased risk for colon cancer, prostate cancer, diabetes. There was just an article a couple days ago that showed that if that the deficiency of vitamin D leads to increased diabetes, and who has the highest rate of diabetes in the country? African Americans, and I don't know if it's related to obesity and diabetes. I know obesity is related to diabetes, but it just makes you wonder. You'll have some young, thin person with diabetes, and I wonder whether this is really a vitamin D deficiency or some other kind of a deficiency, magnesium deficiency or whatnot. So it's just that we're at risk for all sorts of things, and then by educating yourself, you can figure out what's the best way. I'm still going to be black at the end of the day, right? That's not going to change. That's not going to change. So we know I'm still going to have that APOL1 gene at the end of the day. That's not going to change. So, but what can I do with knowing exactly what I am and where I live? What can I do to maximize my health? And that's kind of what we're doing, just providing an opportunity for people to talk about and say, if you're black, you probably got a vitamin D deficiency. Can't hurt by taking some every day, right? You probably have a zinc deficiency. Can't hurt by taking extra vitamins, taking extra zinc. There's no problem with taking you take too much of anything, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, at least if we know what the basic requirements are. I mean, I agree with the vitamin D recommendation in my mind. In my mind, is ridiculous. In fact, sometimes I think RDA stands for ridiculous dietary recommended, because certainly they weren't thinking about black people when they came up with those numbers. But obviously there has to be there's need for caution, obviously. But there are some general recommendations, like I know for zinc is like 15 milligrams to about 20 or 25 milligrams. I'm not sure now, per day. I mean, you can't go wrong taking that amount. As a matter of fact, we had a Dr. Mensa. He's based in Chicago, and he's like, one of the reasons why there are so many, and I know this is a little bit on the other end of the spectrum now, but the reasons why there are miscarriages, they found out that there are more miscarriages in baby boys than there are in baby girls.
Right. And
he said it's because of the zinc deficiencies in these pregnant women, because zinc is needed boys need more zinc to make their testosterone and so on and so forth.
Wow.
And if the zinc is not in high enough levels, that pregnancy is just not going to be viable if it is a male pregnancy.
That's amazing. That goes along. I love that I'm doing this with you today, because I'm learning as much as anything. The organ in the body that's highest in concentration of zinc is the prostate. The prostate.
It's the prostate. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Prostate. Okay.
Is the highest concentration, and so that's all that. So if you can't develop a prostate, and the prostate's supposed to be there, then you abort the mission, right? I mean, if you can't, so that makes absolute perfect sense. And I never knew before, again, researching for the book, that the prostate was had the highest level of zinc. And so again, if you're not having the right zinc, and zinc blocks, I said zinc blocks infections, right? And so we found that cancer in many ways is like an infection, in many ways. And so it's like, it's way more related to our propensity to form a cancer is there throughout our lives. But as we get older and our immune system starts to wane a little bit, then cancers can form and spread. And that's why as we get older, we get more cancers, right? And so if you're zinc deficient, that's going to happen at a much, much higher rate. But it's also important that, I'm a doctor first, right? And so the best way to get best health is through eating it. It's better to eat something that's high in zinc than to take a zinc tablet. That's 7 days a week, right? You know what I mean?